Hey, you're not from England. I'm black from New York City. Let's do this, brother. So let's talk about Bitcoin's recent price movement. I want you to. You're a technical analyst, right? I just look at trends. We both know this. You're a math
Yeah,
guy. You look at, you look at the graphs. You understand that stuff. I don't understand this stuff. So before we go
of
into
course.
a really deep dive of basically focusing on, both of our strengths and weaknesses, I want you to focus first on analyzing Bitcoin's price performance with regards to like the key resistance and support levels. First off, you said that it was 101, right? Support and resistance. Explain why that's important when we analyze Bitcoin charts, and give me the key resistance and support levels that we see right now with Bitcoin.
So in terms of the support level, right now the lowest has been it was earlier today, which is at 92,000. And the good thing about that actually is it only reached that point and then it went back up again, which means that is actually it's a support level in this moment of time. And as a result of this, it's likely that it's going to remain stable at the newer level at the moment at the 96,000. Um, However, over time, probably in the new year, it's likely that people will want to buy more tokens. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment. But
Are you
I'll
going to be
also
buying
have a look
Christmas?
at
I'm just
the
curious. I'm just curious. A few years back, I remember Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Kanye West bought Kim Kardashian some cryptocurrency. I don't know if you remember that for her birthday. Is that something that you're going to be doing for your family members? I've been helping my family members buy up like crazy the past couple weeks. The dips. But are you going to be buying for Christmas?
um, not really. No, I mean for myself, I don't really like follow Christmas that much, but it is a good gift to give someone actually, as long as they know how to use it. I suppose. Yeah, just tell them to
Anyways,
get something
well,
like a Revolut or something. Say, I create this account here. Get me something nice, and then receive a notification that they got X amount of tokens. It is a quite a nice gift to give. Yeah, or maybe you could give them like a crypto. What's it called? Crypto card. Let them try to use that one. That'll be a pretty good gift actually. Try to
let's
learn
check
how
this.
to use a crypto card.
Let's go back to resistance and support, right? So why is the resistance important and why is the support important? Explain that like if I was a little kid, how would you explain that to a little kid, like a 5-year-old that's once again to crypto? He's seeing this little cool guy with Bitcoin, it's going up and down, it's red and green.
Yeah.
He's like, Mommy, Daddy, what's support and what's resistance? I keep hearing that on YouTube.
Mm. Yeah, so think of it as like you're holding on to something on top of a wall. So basically, if you're trying to like let's say you're trying to smash through it, you keep hitting that point and it just stays in that area. It doesn't break through. That's sort of how I see it as resistance. And with
So that's
support,
that. So resistance is the top of the day. It's when the cryptocurrency market is going up, like 90. Let's say you said 97,000 before, right? So if it gets to 97,000 and it goes back down, it cannot stay up there. That's the support.
that's the resistance.
Oh, sorry, resistance. Okay, you see, I'm learning too. Okay,
Yeah.
resistance.
So the
Good.
resistance is the bit at the top, and the support is
Okay.
the bit where you walk through, like where it protects the price range.
So
I
if
wouldn't
you
say
hit the
protect
support,
it, but basically that's where it's lowest.
okay, what happens if you go through the support or through the resistance? Explain those one at a time, please.
So if it breaks through the supports, then it means that you're likely to lose like a lot of your gains. So that means
That's it.
or not your gains, but your like your holdings. So it's like it's going to go a lot more lower than it should. So it's going to go very bearish in price, and when it's in what's it called? And when it's on the breaks through the resistance, then it's
It's
likely
going
to
as
bump
a
up.
bullet, becoming bullish. Is that what you mean?
It becomes more bullish. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, good. So right now, because a lot of people are scared. They're running all over the place. A lot of people are scared, they're running all over the place, right? And they want to figure out, besides Bitcoin, what are some good altcoins to invest in and why? We always talk about altcoins, but just on the top
Yeah.
of your head, let me know what you think are some good altcoins besides Bitcoin to invest in right now at this moment.
Right now, at this moment, if I was to have a look, I mean, from all the ones that I've most of the ones that I've invested in, I'd say that with the price of like Bitcoin going down. they have also gone down. However, if you were to um, buy them right now, like a lot of them actually at a good price to purchase because it's at like a lower market value and people are afraid to buy them. So in that case, then it feels like a good token that I mean, which I believe it is going to do well in the bull run. Is one of them would be Solana. So Solana's going to be a good one
Oh, you like
to
the meme coin?
buy
You
at
like the
this.
casino too? You like casinos as well, right?
I'm more into what's it called that like not the meme coins itself, but it's more about the utilities of it. How like it's cheap in terms of its transactions. It's fairly easy to use. But yeah, I do see why people would want to buy that one. Yeah, and another one that if I'm having a look through it, um, let's just have a quick look now. Uh, with Goldfinch, potentially that's one of them that could be a good buy. I'd have to like review the charts a bit more on that one, and if I was to choose another one that could be okay to buy, I'd say Goldfinch, Solana. Let's see. Um,
Look at the top 10 for me. Make this a little bit faster. Look at the
yeah,
top 10
sure.
right now, or top 20. Give me three. So Solana's one. What are the top others that you like right now? You're looking at the charts.
Yeah, so that's one of them I like.
By the way, these are while you're looking at that. While you're looking at that, I'm just going to make a point that these are ones
yeah,
that you're
sure.
going to be recommending, not financial advice to your own research. These are the ones that you're going to be recommending from now going through Christmas or Xmas, whatever you want to call it, and going to New Year's Day. It's not something that necessarily you're going to be holding, forever. But just someone's the ones that are
Yeah,
good trades, right? Because you're a technical trader. I don't trade. That's not my forte, but a lot of people do, and that's what you do. So talk to me about
of course.
Solana and what are the two what are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at right now Bitcoin Cash. So at the moment, that's actually just about reached the support from me looking at the charts there. And if it managed to stay there or go a little bit above, it's usually a good time to buy that one. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash is one of them, and then one more would be no, wouldn't be XRP. It would be Shapeshifter Fox.
Is that a
That's
meme
the
coin?
other one. No, the Shapeshift Fox. That's like another like utility token. It's like a governance one. It's I'll have to share. It's like a decentralized it's a multi-chain DeFi token. I'll send you the link to it so you can check it out.
That's, that's fine. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
name three tokens right now that I think that are really good buys going into like Christmas and going from Christmas, well through Christmas rather, going in towards New Year's, and then
yeah.
you can give me your technical analysis on these, right? So the first one's gonna be, excuse me, H bar. What do you think of H bar Hydrera? They just announced. Well, they've been having really a great business partnership with Amazon, Starlink. Now their Hashraf technology is making that international news. A lot of more organizations, like for example, Nvidia, which is one of the big best performing stocks in the U.S. stock market, equities market, in the past 5 years, or at least the past 2 years,
Yeah,
Nvidia is going to be using them as well for a lot of their data storage
yeah.
solutions. So, what do you think of H bar in the short? And in the
H
short term,
bar.
going into the next week or so, rather, next week or two.
In the next week or two, I mean, I'm just me like looking at the other charts, like other graphs, like it's in terms of like RSI, like relative strength index. It might be a bit complex, but I'm just looking at it from my point of view, from what's going on right now. But from what I can see, um, it's basically like an indicator of if it's overbought and sold. I mean, it actually became overbought, like way overbought, at the 2nd of December. So it pretty much reached an all-time high, and it could potentially go a bit more down before you purchase it. So it's one of those tokens where you have to keep an eye on. It could be a good buy in the future, but not just yet. You have to be a bit patient for HBAR.
Okay,
That's just
so
my opinion.
it's not a good. Okay, so for Christmas, right? So I said H bar, and I'm going to give another one.
Yeah,
Pepe. That's my
Pepe.
second one.
Okay.
2 out of 3. Pepe. What do you think of Pepe as the buy from now again through Christmas and going, through New Year's?
Let's just have a look because I'm just making sure I got the right what's it called, the right token in there because I was looking at the one on let's just see if it. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's good. So what I can see on Pepe is yeah, it's actually gone down quite a lot actually this week. So as long as it doesn't go down too much now, let me have a quick look. So looking at Pepe, it's one of those where it's like a medium. It's like at like a medium level, so it could be going. It could potentially go a bit further down before it goes up, but it's at a fairly good price at the moment. But I'd say if you were to buy it, you might want to just wait for it to go down a little bit more. So at the moment it's at 0.00146. I'd probably buy at no 122 as like
Okay.
its base range.
Okay, so Pepe, that's it. Okay, H part Pepe. I'll give you number three to buy right
Yeah.
now. That I would suggest. What do you
Okay.
think of XRP? We
XRP.
already talked about
Okay.
XRP, but from our perspective, HR, my three top tokens to buy right now to Christmas and New Year's, it's those three specifically. H bar, I just said the sentiment. Pepe because it's newer, it's not Shiba Inu, it's not Dogecoin, so it has a lower market cap. And
Mm.
I believe XRP because of all the news, right? RLUSD being hinted in New York State, which is the hardest place in the country and in the world in many regards to get a bet license. They've got that
Yeah.
approval, and they're going to be competing with Tether, right? Tether and USDC as well in Europe. Tether's
Of
being
course.
delisted,
Yeah.
whereas RLUSD might take over the stablecoin market from now going through the upcoming bear market, whenever that is. So what do you think of XRP?
Yeah.
When the
So I
comes
mean,
around to
looking
buy.
at the yeah, so looking at the charts for that one, I've noticed that there's actually a bit of support at $2.4 in terms of its like support level, and right now it's always bounced back up on two different occasions. I mean, three different occasions actually. So that means that that there is a good way that there's going to be a fairly stable market to get into for XRP. So assuming that things get better like in the next few months, it does have its potential to pump. But how much it will pump, I mean, to sort of be on the safe side, I'd set it as $3 as like an approximate if you were to sell it. So if you were to buy it now, I'd say it is a good time to buy. But if you were to sell it potentially at $3,
Fair enough. Okay, so let's talk about this next topic, right? That we both talked about before we were on air. Market sentiment. Discuss fear versus greed implications and their well, discuss fear and greed indicators and their implications rather.
right?
Right now,
So
where's the fear and greed at
fear
right now?
For fear greed index, so let me have a quick look. Which website do you want me to check out on? Binance, is it? Because I just saw one on Binance.
Whichever one comes
Let's
pops
have
up
it.
first. Like they should all be similar. If they're different, we have a problem in the whole market as a whole, right?
Yeah.
If Bitcoin is a hundred
So
thousand in one of the exchanges, and that's like 60,000 in another exchange, we have an issue.
that makes sense. So at the moment, we're looking at BT Bitcoin right now. So out of 100, the greed index is around 75. So it's actually very
That's
high at
very
the moment.
low.
Um, like
I
to
mean,
75 out of
compared to
100.
what we're used to, like last week, where it was like in '87 in November, late November, where it was like
Yeah.
90 something. That's actually very low. I'm saying, obviously, it's very
Mm,
high compared to like a 60 or a 50 or something, where it's like basically moderate greed, fear and greed. But go ahead,
of
continue with
course,
your
yeah.
analysis.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so in that case, like, yeah, because I don't really review that much in terms of its fear and greed index, but if I was to
Because you're a
look at
long
other
term holder, but
tokens,
obviously for somebody that's doing a short term trade, right? Or somebody
yeah,
that's looking to capitalize. Let's say somebody wants to buy mom and dad. I don't listen. I'm gonna go. I'm listening to crazy shit. All right, it is what it is. Somebody wants to buy mom and dad a Lambo, and they want to cash out a little bit, and they may not want to pay a lot of taxes. They might lose a little bit, make a little bit,
yeah.
whatever. But do you suggest buying a lot of crypto right now at this year level, 75, or do you think that it's not a good time to buy? or what cryptos? Better yet, a better question: what is the best crypto to buy right now at this current grade level, 70? Give me a, and why? What's the reason behind that? If you want to make a quick buck,
Yeah. So if it's to make a, um, I mean, one of them could be Jupiter Exchange actually, because it has actually been like a slight pullback up now.
this is meme
So
coins at Phantom, right? Or is this something that you can find in like centralized exchanges
uh,
like Binance and Coinbase, etc.?
it's so you can buy it on crypto.com, Jupiter. It's actually
Fair
on
enough.
the Solana network actually. So anything on the Solana network. So on potentially Phantom Wallet, I mean, it could potentially be on there.
Disclosure: Solana is not paying.
That's
Disclosure before you continue, Sully. Solana is not paying us to say this. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's been like a big drop into Uniswap. That's one of them I noticed, but obviously left to review that one a bit further. But in terms of like a good one to buy, I'd personally say like Bitcoin Cash if you're to buy one of them, because like I was saying, it's the prices are likely to go up in the future now, and if you're to make a quick book, that's potentially one of them, Bitcoin Cash,
So
in my
Bitcoin Cash
opinion.
and Jupiter are the top two for you to. You would say that right now, not financial advice. Do your own research. You would say that
Yeah.
right now. If you want to make a quick buck through Christmas, you probably buy Jupiter and Bitcoin Cash.
Hold on. I'd say so. Yes. Yeah. Between
Okay, so
those
let's move
two.
on to regulatory news. So a few pieces of news for this week. I'll talk about Exodus. You know Exodus Exchange, right? One of the hot wallets, one of the biggest hot wallets. It's one of my favorites, actually. It has, in my
Yeah.
opinion, has the best user interface, especially for a newbie. When I started in my crypto journey a couple years ago, that's one of the
Mm,
first wallets, decentralized wallets that I downloaded. And they just
interesting.
listed on the New York Stock Exchange, which is the biggest stock exchange in the world, right? Only rivaled
Mm.
by the one that's down the street, which is the Nasdaq, and they have 1,900 Bitcoin in their reserve as well.
Oh
How
wow.
does that?
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that a decentralized wallet, think about this: a decentralized wallet, where basically the company cannot access user funds, right? You and I open wallets on there. It's our keys. It's our crypto. They cannot take it from us. How do you think that that changes the regulatory framework going forward in the U.S., in the UK, and going into 2025? Positive, negative, and why? Your opinion.
With the thoughts of like with Exodus holding that 1900.
No, the
Well,
fact
with that,
that Exodus Exchange, a decentralized wallet, where
yeah.
basically maybe 5 years ago this was impossible for a decentralized wallet that people can go there, open their own private wallets, have their own private keys, and the company cannot access their funds. Coinbase makes sense, right? They can access the funds.
Mm,
Let's go straight into it. Coinbase, if need be, the government can go over to them and be like, this is Mike Reyes' wallet, this is Sully Aquaman's wallet. Close this mofo down. Bleed we want all their money, take their money, give it to us. They can't do that with Exodus. You understand
no,
that, right?
of course,
So
yeah,
the fact
because
that Exodus is
decentralized, yeah.
New York Stock Exchange listed for the first time in history, to my knowledge, and I'm assuming to your knowledge, the biggest stock exchange in the world listed a hot wallet, a decentralized hot wallet. Are you bullish on that? I mean, like nobody's talking about this. Are you bullish or what's going on here?
Um, yeah, so you might want to give me like a source I can look into for that one because it does
No, no,
sound like
it
really good
happened.
news actually.
It happened that Wednesday. They listed on stock market.
Wednesday,
Ring, ring, ring. What? Well, how do you feel about that?
as in like literally like you can buy stocks in Exodus on the New York
Yes, you
Stock
can buy
Exchange.
Exodus Technologies. Exactly. Yes, you can buy on the New York Stock Exchange right now. You can buy stocks and Exodus Technologies.
Oh wow, that's actually really big news then. Like, if
You didn't know
something like
about
that has
this?
never happened, no, I don't know about this since obviously the news might not come to me in the UK and stuff, but in the US, that's like really big news. Yeah, like that's actually gonna might actually change how things operate with that exchange because normally, companies they go for centralized exchanges, not decentralized ones, and the fact that you can hold that and not be affected by other within that company is actually really big news because if people can actually buy stocks into that one as well, then that also means that there's also some level of credibility in terms of like people willing to know about it as well. And it's likely that people who are like very experienced traders, especially into the stock market, may actually branch out into looking into like the Exodus exchange. Uh, but no, I personally think that's like really good news actually. And as long as they continue to promote their product, I'm sure it'll do really well.
Yeah, I can't say names obviously, but I have a really good friend of mine who invites me off in the stock market,
Yeah.
and he's part of the due diligence team. And trust me, the due diligence they do for a company before they list them is insane. Like he's part of the team that looks at the companies before they list them, and it's crazy. Excuse me. So
Oh wait,
I want
actually, I think I did hear about Exodus. Actually, yeah, I might have heard about it a while back when I was like doing some trades and stuff like that. I think you can actually like download it as its own software and stuff, and
yeah,
then
it's a software
try.
you use on your
Yeah.
computer, your cell phone, and it's basically a decentralized
Mm,
wallet. You write down your keys and you keep them in a safe place or where away from your phone. I made a mistake. Okay, I used Exodus and I experimented with it. So a couple years ago,
mm,
I wanted to access my wallet to check on something. So I had a mom. I was in New York City. She's lived in New England. I had a mom through Telegram, which I thought was safe, send me basically my keys, word for word, my keys. Thankfully, I only had like two or $300 of Shiba Inu in it. But when I went
mm.
in, it was all drained. So that's a lesson to learn. I didn't lose money. I learned a lesson. Or some people like to say, I paid tuition. I learned that you do not take your keys, even in on an encrypted app. Don't bring your keys anywhere near a cell phone. With that being
Yeah.
said, other regulatory news. So now you know about RLUSD, XRP, right? RLUSD was approved in New York State. That's going to add a layer of liquidity that's unimaginable, right? We're just in the beginning stages. We're going to see this compete with Tether and USDC going into 2025. However, I want to focus on something that's very important. Japan is the third biggest economy in the world right now, I believe. The US is number one, China is number two,
China
Japan
number
number
two.
three.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So their equity markets are also like three or four. They're up there. They're stock markets, right? Like they're calling the New York Stock
Mm.
Exchange, the Nasdaq. I'm setting the stage for this by saying this. As of January 2025, next year, beginning with the Central Bank of Japan and all the banks in Japan, they're going to be utilizing the XRP ledger for transactions interbank in Japan within the country. And they're going to be utilizing XRP as well.
Oh
Your
well.
analysis, please.
And what was that other one called? IRL was it?
All I know is this. Again, they're going to be utilizing the Central Bank of Japan, RP, the Central Bank of
Yeah.
Japan, and all the banks of Japan will be using the XRP ledger and XRP for
Oh
interbank
wow.
transactions. In
Interbank
addition
ones.
to the,
Okay.
exactly, so you understand this, right? Add the
Absolutely.
fact that
Yeah.
RLUSD was just launched, and RLUSD is the only, XRP is the only cryptocurrency in America right now that has regulatory clearance. You do not understand that, right? That has regulatory clarity, rather. XRP.
Hmm.
Bitcoin and XRP are the only two cryptocurrencies in the United States, right? The biggest economy in the world that have
Yeah.
regulatory clarity. Talk to me about what do you think is going to happen to XRP in the next year or two? The bull one, right? Is going to probably last 1 year. Give me a fair analysis on where you think the price of XRP is going to go and why.
Well, we're hearing about the news that more people are going to have access to it, especially Japan, where they're very hyper, hyper advanced in their technology. But for them to actually utilize XRP in the market is actually going to change things quite a lot because it's so good. Not only is it going to increase the liquidity um, in the market, but actually like the number of holders too. And I believe that hearing that information, it could be like a likelihood that the price range could go up to $3.5 or and beyond. And I think as well because I know with the Japanese yen sometimes they struggle in terms of its like trading volumes and stuff. I believe that this will like make it more stabilize it a lot more since like they got something else to back it up with, and therefore actually like slowly improve its economy. So that would be my inputs on that one.
Okay, the last question that we have to go over: year end predictions. Share insights on what to expect as 2024 closes going into 2025. I expect a little bit of a bear market dull the next couple of days. However, I think, again, none of this is financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't have crystal balls. I believe that we're going to have a bit of a bull run going from Christmas through maybe the 2nd of January, and potentially we might have a collapse, a little bit of a crash, January 2nd to January, until Trump takes office, January 20th and high noon. That's scenario one. Scenario two, we go bull, bull, bull through January 20th, well, until January 19th. President Trump takes office. We realize, holy shit, we're not going to have all these policies passed on day one, and the shit crashes for a few weeks. So, scenario one, we pick up during Christmas, go bull to January 2nd, and then crash, and Trump takes office. We go bull again. Scenario number two, from now until Trump takes office, we go bull, bull, bull. We crash January 20th. What's your analysis?
Um, so I'd say personally for me, I think it would be sort of like risky for it to be scenario two, where I think everything goes all bull and then everyone just sells out. Because obviously with Trump, he's obviously a very smart businessman, and I believe that if he's managed to get multiple like multi-billion-dollar companies to invest into like his token and stuff, I don't think it personally would be wise for them to just suddenly sell out all of their holdings. And so I believe that it'll go a bit lower down during the Christmas period, because I believe that people will want to like sell it so that they can buy other people their presents, their family presents and stuff. But afterwards, people are likely to have like their New Year's resolution where they're gonna try to increase the income of the tokens that they have, so that because if especially if they believe in Trump, in his vision, and so for me, I'd say I'm more into scenario one, the one that you mentioned there. I believe that's where the things will change.
Definitely. Anyway, with that being said, brother, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta go make coquito with the family. I'm Dominican American, as you know. I know that I forgot your ethnicity, but for Christmas we like to make our special Caribbean eggnog. So that'll be a really fun
Oh
time with my
wow.
mom. Yep, and that'll close out the year with a lot of things that we got to do. But it was nice talking to you, brother. We'll go live again probably next year. Who will know? Maybe even January 1st, right? With that being said,
Yeah.
upwards and onwards. I'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
See ya.